Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet. Welcome back to some Factory Town. Going to have a quick run through the stuff I've been doing recently, and as you can see on the screen, there are a lot of magic conveyor belts. So this is kind of getting into our in-game setups. So let me do a quick run through. First of all, I got the extra upgrade for the Omni thing. So now this is worth a full 200%. I've put variable numbers in different buildings. So for example, well, this is magic cloaks. I needed magic cloaks for the Omni Temple, so I decided to do a fully optimized setup. And my main aim for this setup, of course, is minimum workers. Absolute minimum workers. I didn't quite get there, but I'll explain as I go through. So ignore this bit. This was just for making mana stones. I'm going to leave it here because I might need mana stones for further down the line when I make other stuff. So ignore that. But this is the setup. So the base minimum workers you need for this setup is 8. Because you've got to have this, and the wool, and you've got to have the cloak workshop, and then you've got to have the cloth, and you've got to have this. I suppose the base minimum is actually 7 because you could reuse the wool to not only make this, but you could also reuse the wool to go in here to make this. But I had so much problem with grain. I'm just going to do this. It's fine. So the wells don't need workers. So yeah, basically this is pretty stable. This, you can see I've pushed this up to level 2. So that's multiplying the speed by 5. And this one is level 2 as well. Level 1 was almost okay, but then I pushed up to level 2. I was like, whatever. And then this is just level 1, and the enchanter is just level 1. So yeah, very, very decent speeds. Now here is where things get crazy. So you can see this wool, don't need a lot of it. Where am I? So this backs up quite a lot, which is fine, because you don't need a lot of it. The leather is the pain. As you can see, I've actually got 4 wells going in here. 4 of the, that's incredible. But you put this much animal feed in there and you quickly run out of water. So I needed the 4 wells. So yeah, so I got 4 full magic belts coming out of the grain mill. You can see there's one under there as well. And yeah, this grain mill has 8 total belts going into it. I tried to do it with one farm. I just couldn't. I ended up getting like level 6 or something like that, and it's still just, I was getting to the point where I was almost running out of grain, where like half of these were green, which is incredible, absolutely incredible. Even with the fertilizer coming in as well, it was still sucking. So I said, screw it, I'm going to add an extra farm. I'm going to add an extra worker, get 2 farms, make it work like this. So the way you optimize this system is, you got to choose when to do the Omnistone upgrade. So right now, let's work backwards. So this kind of needs more leather. We could, now this you can't optimize because it needs more animal feed. So if we go back to here, this one, yeah. So if the output was full, then we would need to add more belts. And if the input was full, then we would need to upgrade this. But neither of those are true. Now this, technically the input is full because there's so much of this grain still there. So my next step would be to upgrade these again, Omnistone upgrade these, put 2 more belts down and start upgrading through the system. The only reason I haven't done that is because I got 120 cloaks in the system and this is fairly nearly ready to go. It's like 97 out of 100. There we go, it's 100 out of 100. So I just got to tweak the timings a little bit. But considering how much I've got in storage, it's potentially possible that I've already got enough. That I don't need to optimize this system anymore because I've already got enough for 100 houses being produced. So I've set the timer down to 20 recently, and I added a bunch more carts. I guess this is still kind of not great. I don't want to go too high over. I don't want to waste the cloak. So I'm going to put it down to 18. I'm going to see how that does long term. Yeah, so there we go. So setting that to 18. Hopefully this should keep up. I think it should. Hopefully it won't drain out long term. But anyway, this is fine. So yeah, this is an incredibly optimized system using a minimum of workers. Obviously we could get rid of this and use the wool to make cloth, and we could also get rid of one of the farms. But yeah, this would be, I think if we use this to make the cloth as well, we would get into all sorts of problems with the grain mill and the farm and blah, blah, blah. Whereas this is just a very solid solution. So yeah, 9 workers. We set we wanted our average to be 10, and we managed to make it 9 for one of the most complicated items in the entire game. So yeah. I mean, you think about it, that means a normal cloak. We get rid of this. We get rid of this. And we probably get a little bit more leather coming out. And that's a normal cloak with 7. 7 guys. Now, of course, it has been hitting my Omni Stones a bit. I probably spent like 500 Omni Stones on this setup for those upgrades. But that's not too bad. I have had the Omni Stones kicking off. I'm starting to build a highway as well, so we can transport stones and stuff down there. But if we have a look over here, Omni Stones are doing pretty good. I had some in the base as well, so I needed to get rid of. I needed to feed those back in the system. Well, I didn't need to, but I wanted to. So anyway, we're up to just over. When I started, I was at 3.5k, and now we're back up to 3.5k. So that's pretty good. I did have to add a system here, so this only spits out stuff when there's more than 50, because you've got some upgrades for some places, like the pastures. In fact, I should go back and upgrade those pastures. I think I upgraded them fully, but I can't remember. Not the Omnistone upgrades, but these. No, I did. Okay, I did. This one I haven't. I'm not sure I really care about this one. Let's do it anyway. Let's get that final pasture upgrade. I haven't got any Omnistone upgrades on this one anyway, so that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Okay, I did have a look at the Earth Booster as well. I had an Earth Booster for the farm when it was the only one there, but it wasn't as great. It took the speed up from 3,100 to 3,300, and there was a 100% boost. So it gave us a 200%, added 200% to this, but it wasn't multiplicative on top of the, I thought it would be like doubly multiplicative, like full on double it, but no, it didn't. I'm not even sure if it just added to this. I think it did, because there's 235% base, so I think that's what it did. It doubled that, it added another 235%, which is not as helpful when you got the Omni upgrade. So this Earth Booster sounds good, but when you're using Omni upgrades, it's really not. It's really not. Whereas this, so this is like 2 Earth Boosters, just boom, hitting it right there. So that's probably adding another 235, so 400 and something speed, I don't know. But anyway, we're doing okay. We're doing good. We got this. It's hanging on. This might be going down a little bit, but how's our cloaks? 99 out of 100. We might have to boost them at some point. But I mean, once we've got unlimited star power coming in, what I'll probably do is I'll probably continue to do this Omni upgrade power. Crop yield's not a bad idea as well, but I mean, yeah, that I'll do the Omni power again, and that'll speed up my existing systems, make them work a little bit faster, and we'll see how we go. We will see how we go anyway. So yes, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I am on my new computer right now. Transitioned over yesterday to the new computer, and yeah, I haven't really touched many settings in this game, but I have moved the draw distance to ultra, which honestly I probably could have had before. Let's put this on to ultra as well. This computer's a beast. It's got like a Radeon 2070 or something like that, so it's not gonna have a problem with anything, except the CPU might struggle with some things. Actually, I'm gonna turn that back down. I'll leave the draw distance, but shadows I don't really give a crap about, so let's turn them back on. Yeah. just in case it starts stalling. I have seen it, obviously when it saves it stalls hardcore, but whatever. So we have been keeping this going. I've been manually doing a bit of stuff around here. One section needed magma, so I put a fire shrine over here. That was pretty easy to set up. And then the last one just needed, so this one, magic robes and air crystals. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but gold has recovered a bit. It was 580,000, now it's 600,000, so that's good. I really don't know. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to build whatever the Omni Temple wants. That could be what I do. Yellow, how many yellow crystals do we have? So what we want to do is do I need 100? I need 200. 200 Omni crystals. Okay, so what we do is, I want exactly 200, and I don't want a caravan running around with extras. You know, so you have an extra 32 stuck in the caravan later on. Which, I mean, so what we're going to do is we're going to get 200 in here. Then I'm going to cut off this link, reverse it back in there, and then we're going to get a caravan to start pulling out of here. I haven't got a permanent solution yet for the crystals, but whatever. I did do something here. I figured out that you could speed these up with the with this Omnistone upgrade. So that's really nice, because these ones were completely screwed, but once I got this one back up again, they seem to be doing a lot better now. Still obviously struggling, but that's because everything else is just beautiful. So let's get this up to 200, and then there's like magic shirts, which I might go and I might build a setup over with the next to the magic robes, because they're in the same area. I'm not too concerned with this stuff yet. I think I'm just going to go forward and just whatever the Omni Temple needs, I'm going to build. And when we start getting close to running out of workers, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start refactoring these setups. Because this, enchanted books, I mean, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Easily, this could be a 7 setup. And I don't think it's going to need... I mean, this is leather, once again, but you only need... I think it'll be okay. This one only needs 1 leather, whereas the other one needed 2 leather for the actual cloak. Yeah, needed 2 leather. So I think we can do a smaller setup even than this, and I reckon 1 grain farm may be able to do it. And then we'll get that, and we can use that exact same setup again for all of the enchanted books as well. Now, the interesting question is, do I do something crazy like make a setup of 7 to produce the enchanted books, and then use it to make 2 different kinds of books? That's the crazy thing. Because we could Omnistone the living crap out of them, make them go over the top, and use it to produce 2 different types of books, or maybe even 3 different types of books. And that's definitely a possibility, but for now I'm going to avoid it, because I think we can not do that. I don't think we need to do it. And to be honest, even with this setup, it's not like I'm throwing tons of books in there. Although they are backed up pretty heavily and I'm almost full on them. So maybe, who knows? But anyway, what do we got here? So we delete the grabber, we turn the belt around, delete that. You are now exactly 200. Caravan. And it's actually going to go around the other way. That's fine. So that'll take care of that. Have had a little bit of concerns with these carts, because the problem is the carts go around, they do a very decent speed, obviously, but a last upgrade, I think it needed 5 polished stones per thing, and the carts can only drop off 10 at a time, because that's all the Omnistone allows in storage, which is not great for the speed, because it means it can only do 2 cycles every time a cart shows up. And of course the other carts are going at the same speed and they just fill it up whenever they can. So but then again, this is not a requirement to the base. This Requirement of the base is happiness. Is this stat right here, which is looking very nice right now. This is not a requirement. This we just want to keep going. You don't really care about the speed. I don't care how slow it is. I don't care how fast it is. As long as it keeps going automatically. As long as it's automated. That's all I care about. And I can go in here and do whatever I want. And never have the Omni Temple stall for inevitably stall, I suppose, is what I want. So, yeah. I don't know what to do other than this. I could do some recharger speeds, but the problem is, these don't really help. Because you think about it, a recharger, you can just build a bunch more of them. And that solves the problem. So getting the speed, not really sure why. Fire Temple speed. I mean, the Omni Stones work on that, so I don't really care. Omni Temple, maybe. Yeah, you can't, the Omni Stone doesn't work on that. Maybe that would be a good one to get. Because it is quite slow, this thing. It's quite slow. But then again, my process of getting goods to it is quite slow as well. So it's definitely not the Omni Temple speed, which is a current problem. And if it was, what I could do is I could just whack another Omni Temple right next to it. We've already got the magic rails here. I could have 3, I could have 4, I could have as many Omni Temples as I wanted. And just extend this rail out a bit. One there, one there. Have 3, easy. Easy, could easily have 3. In fact, I might just do that. Let's just do that. It's not a bad idea, is it? So we got to delete that, and then we got to copy around there. Copy this. And I've got little toggles over here, so I'm going to toggle this one and this one. So what that means is I think I showed these off, but you turn these off, it turns all those rail stations off. I just want that for sort of, yeah. So that, let's say I'm close to getting 5,000. I want to be able to turn the Omni Temples off so that people don't waste their resources on, on filling up the Omni Temples. Now, these guys. Okay, so we'll get some stuff. They'll get the elixir, but they won't get any of the others. That's okay. And it's actually a bit hard. It's impossible for me to deliver anything to this on the ground because all the rails are in the way. Well, I could get a bridge over to it, but yeah. Just check this. Yeah, it turns all of them off. Yeah, I could get this high rise to go across as well. I might work on that in a bit, but I'll try and get these ones done. Structural blocks. Yeah, and once they're built, then we'll have more options, I guess, for doing the stars. Because right now, there's just, you know, you gotta fill it with whatever it needs, and that's pretty much it. Which is kind of okay. It'll be okay in the end, but for now, I like a bit more variety. And maybe we'll get lucky with one of them, and it'll just fill up naturally, and we'll get some stars naturally, without being stuck on a good. We always seem to be stuck on at least one good. Anyway, I'm going to finish the video off here. It's been a nice little video, and actually, when I fixed up this computer, when I got it working, well, this is a new computer, so I didn't really fix it up, but when I got it set up, I got a new version of XSplit, and it actually tells me the video time at the top, in addition to the file size. The older version only told me the file size, not the video length, so this is really awesome. It made me regret not upgrading XSplit on the past computer, but whatever. So anyway, that's awesome. We are going to be finishing this video off now, and yeah, you guys have a good one. I will see you all later.